The blackness seems to swallow the light from the room, leaving no reflection in the glass, just like how I'll swallow him later. Hello, and welcome to day 1 of Purple Room. This is a Yandere dating sim, in which you wake up after 100 years and realize that you've been trapped with a handsome white-haired man. He claims to know you and there is a sense of yearning about him, but can you really trust him? Let's get started. It feels like I'm underwater, like I'm crushed under the pressure of a bottomless ocean. My lungs burn with the need to scream, but my body does not respond. The sheer darkness around me is suffocating, enough to bring tears to my eyes. I can't move. Even my heartbeat feels sluggish, each beat muffled. I don't want to be here anymore. A cold, ominous feeling washes over my body. I can't be here anymore. Open my eyes. Try to move. Panic shoots down my spine as I try to move my body. Nothing responds. Something tells me I need to leave immediately. No, I need to calm down. What's going on? Where am I exactly? The darkness behind my eyelids feels nauseous as they press in from all sides. My body still will not budge. With a sudden gasp, I force my eyes open. Wow, you're so cute. You're finally awake. Skyrim reference? Yinny, stop being silly. Both the room and the man are oddly familiar, disturbingly so. The room is lightly scented with the smell of fresh flowers and everything around me is painted with a dark purple color. The scent of flowers is too sweet, like an artificial kind of fragrance, hiding something like rot under the perfume. My fingers brush against the soft satin, but I still cannot move them. There are dark irregular splotches all over the bedsheets I'm laying on, and the stains are old. A stranger is looking at me with sorrowful eyes. How did I get here? Who are you? He looks like he's about to break down. It really is my fault, isn't it? I was beginning to think you'd never wake up, but have you really forgotten me? Of course, hundreds of years of waiting, and you look at me like I'm a stranger. It's me, Cass. It breaks my heart that you don't remember me. 100 years of waiting, and a name I don't recognize. Do you remember anything at all? My name? Do I remember it? I remember my name. That's right. Although my memories are foggy, I at least know this much. My head begins to hurt as I try to remember more about myself. My name? What was it? Yinny. My name is Yinny, I think. I can only remember this much. I feel oddly guilty seeing that expression on his face. It was strangely familiar, this guilty feeling. Do I know him from somewhere? Don't worry, I'll help you remember every single moment. That doesn't sound promising. That sounds like you're gonna do something freaky. I wince in pain, hoping more memories will resurface in my mind. It's overwhelming. Why can't I remember? Yinny. Oh, I'm cute. I'm suddenly pulled into a tight embrace. I'll show him something else that's tight. Anyways, the fabric of his clothes smells faintly of the same floral perfume from the room. Somehow, I knew that it has been a long time since I felt such warmth. He holds me so tightly that I feel my ribs creak. Something is wrong. His heartbeat, or maybe mine. It's beating too slow, like a broken clock winding down. His skin is feverishly warm but in patches. Parts of him are burning while others are corpse cold. Some innate feeling of fear inside me is telling me to get away from this person. I'll let him hold on to me. I feel myself regaining the ability to move. The feeling of his skin on mine feels hot like a burning brand. I don't move. My muscles threaten to scream if I try to shift. My wrists are ringed with scabbed over cuts that are too precise to be from accidents. Old injuries. But from what? He doesn't seem to notice these injuries. Or maybe he just ignores them. It's not worth doing anything to alarm him, for now. Yinny, I have waited for this day for so long. My body begins to feel immense disgust at his touch. The type of revulsion that makes my skin crawl. These feelings aren't mine, are they? My disgust didn't go unnoticed, it seems. I prepare myself for what he's about to say. You're unwell. Let me go get you something to drink. Are you gaslighting me? Wait, you! My protest comes too late. He disappears into a corner of the room where shadows seem unnaturally deep. I'll show him something that's deep. Yeah, goddammit, can we focus on getting out of here? I still have no idea how I ended up here. My mind feels blank. Like a clean slate, completely wiped, unnaturally wiped. One thing is for sure, this place does not feel right. I don't belong here. What should I do? Scan my surroundings. I look around the room, doing a quick scan for possible exits or weapons just in case. Every instinct screams at me to leave, but this room has no door. The walls are smooth. Just an endless dark purple stretching into corners that don't really make sense when I take too long. There's a small window near me, but not much can be seen from this angle. Judging from this distance, the window is too small for a human to fit through. I feel under the pillow, investigate the drapes around the room. I'll investigate the drapes around the room. Something shiny catches my eye around the drapes. I feel around and find something cold and thin. Some kind of sharp wire, maybe. It glints faintly in the light, still streaked with rust red. An uncomfortable feeling rises in my chest as I reach up my hand to feel my neck. There are marks. They don't seem fully healed, possibly from this wire. The scars on my neck throb. I can almost imagine the wire around my neck digging into my flesh. Something tells me these wounds weren't inflicted 100 years ago like he claims he waited. My palm sweats as I carefully retrieve it, keeping my movements minimal and controlled. I tuck it into my pocket for safekeeping. It wouldn't hurt to have this on hand just in case. However, I can't afford to panic right now and do something stupid. As I wait for him to come back, I look around the room once more. The place really is beautiful though, hauntingly so, and the walls are embroidered with floral patterns that are intricately designed and drawn. There is a single mirror near the corner of the room. It's slightly cracked. I consider walking over to investigate it, but I hear footsteps coming closer. I feel Kaz's piercing gaze. He hands me a small cup. Although I feel absolutely parched, I put the cup on top of the dresser next to the bed. I don't really feel safe drinking anything just yet. The air grows heavier with the scent of artificial roses and something metallic underneath. Feeling uncomfortable, I break the silence. What is it? I know you have questions, Yandere. If you are wondering how you arrived here, the answer is simple. He doesn't speak for a bit. We have always been here. I feel like I'm being gaslit. My fingers dig into my palms. The pain sharp against my skin. It's not a dream, is it? I can still feel pain, but if this is reality, I definitely do not feel like I've always been here or belong here. My body is screaming at me to leave this place. Intuition or instinct, I'm not sure. But how exactly did we end up inside? I don't see any entrance. I look at the small window again. It's definitely too small for a human to fit. Briefly, I saw something dark outside the window, almost like someone or something waving. The shadows can even wave, of course. He speaks the next sentence softly. I waited so long. Just so I can see your face again. I would have done anything just to see you again. More alarming words. He sounds almost psychotic. His words leave me more focused. I'm actually really wondering why we're in here then. I feel like he's lying. Given the fact that our wounds are fresh, I feel like we have not been here for 100 years slumbering. Waiting for more than 100 years and something about it being all his fault. Nothing makes sense. I don't think I've been in this room for 100 years at least. The bruises and cuts on my body are fresh and so is the pain. But when I try to remember where I was before this room, nothing comes to mind. I can't remember anything. But why? How do I leave this place? I'm increasingly disturbed by how he's acting like everything is normal. Not to mention the random bruises I feel on my body, the scratches on my neck. This isn't safe. There is no exit. We don't need one. There is nowhere else for us to go anyway. The window behind him flickered again, and the smell of flowers becomes even stronger. You and we treasure this place deeply. Do we? Or are you lying? This is the only place for us. Our place, Yandere. You once begged me to keep you here forever, you know? The claim makes my skin crawl. Could I really requested that? How can you forget? Except I did forget. I really don't remember any of this. The artificial smell of the flowers are becoming nauseating, and I feel sick. The longer I stay in this place, the more my head begins to throb in pain. I stood up walking to the small window at the corner. My legs move stiffly as if remembering how to work. They say an organism's response when threatened is to fight, flight, or freeze, but somehow I am able to remain composed despite my situation. Probably better to remain like this until I can figure things out. The thought feels almost foreign, like someone else's reasoning inserted into my mind. I press my hand to the window. I want to go outside. It really is completely dark outside. The blackness seems to swallow the light from the room, leaving no reflection in the glass, just like how I'll swallow him later. I see nothing but shadow. The sight is very unsettling. The void beyond the window isn't exactly empty though. There are occasionally some shapes distorted and reaching out to me. Are they people? Or parts of them? A trick of the light? Is it simply a pitch black night sky, no moon or stars? Or am I really floating in the middle of nowhere with this stranger that seems to know everything about me? What awaits outside this room? Don't look too long. You might begin to see yourself out there in the shadows. I watch as what seems like a shadowy arm begin to wave at me beyond the window. They like to do that, play tricks on you. I can't pull my gaze away. The shapes in the shadow are desperate, almost familiar. Keep staring out the window. The window is all I see. The shadows wave, they beckon, they're telling me you don't belong here. I think I hear Kaz say something, but it was muffled. I find myself entranced. You shouldn't have looked. The world seems to tilt around me. One moment I'm suspended between the room and the void outside, and then it all seems to blend together. A sudden realization jolts me out of my trance. I'm on the other side of the window. I see Kaz looking at me through the window frantically, but I can't hear a word that he says. The shadows surge forward around me, grabbing my body. Yandere, you shouldn't have looked. You had it good in there. Join us. I feel the beings around me rip into my body and flesh, consuming me. My fingernails scrape against the window glass as I try to get back to where Kaz is. It's futile. Cass stands there, his palm pressed to the glass, a shattered expression on his face. I think I see him say my name, but I can't hear anything from outside. And then, darkness swallows everything. Bad end 1. The other side. Oh, god damn it. Meh. Well, we're back here. We're looking away. I forced myself to look away. Anywhere else but the window. My gut instinct told me I chose the right choice. Who knows what could have happened if I stared any longer? Would the darkness consume me? Or something worse? I feel him take my hand, pulling me out of my trance. His fingers are cold. Unnaturally so. Come, let's have tea together, just like we used to. The window unnerved me. I took one final look outside before letting him guide me to the table. The shadows outside seemed to whisper, he's lying. He poured us each a cup of tea. The gentle fragrance of the drink tickles my nose, but I can't bring myself to drink it. I think he noticed my reluctant expression because his smile faltered. The silence stretches, suffocating almost. I've been so patient. I've waited centuries. But you... He trails off. I didn't dare say anything as I wait for his next words. There's a period of silence before he speaks. I will go get some sugar. I'm sorry I forgot such an important thing. I watch him disappear once again, in some far corner of the room that I can't see. The shadows seem to swallow him whole. I'm not sure where he's getting these ingredients from, seeing that we're in a place with no entrance or exit. I just don't know what to think anymore, now that his back is turned. I face the teacups before me. Could this be my chance? I have the wire from earlier. I can easily grab him, maybe get some information. Take the opportunity and strangle him. I quickly jump up, wrapping the sharp wire around his neck. He was prepared though. His movements are too quick, like he's done this many times before. I felt him grab my arm, twisting it at an angle that forces me to drop the wire. And then I feel something touch my face. Damn it! God damn it, no! It's too late. The world tilts violently and my limbs won't respond. You always make me do this. I feel myself losing control. Do you really think I don't know what you have planned? Or the objects around this room? You haven't changed at all, have you? His touch burns my skin. It's useless. Everything will just repeat over and over again. But when we both learn, at least this time, I'll have you all to myself just a little longer. Everything fades to black. What does he mean? Over and over again. Did I make the wrong choice? The thought slips away like sand through fingers, and I feel my memories fading. Bad end 2. His. Once again. Oh goddammit, hell damn and fart. Well, here we are. Don't risk anything yet. My hand hesitates over the wire in my pocket. I shouldn't do anything rash. Not yet, at least. He brought the sugar cubes and milk. I don't know if I usually take tea with sugar or milk, but I drop in 2 cubes. Thank you. It's been so long since I've seen you like this. Usually, you were always... I wait for him to continue, but he doesn't. I don't get an answer. Instead, he begins to drink his tea. Now that I get the chance to get a good look at him, he looks ethereal. Beautiful in a way no human can be. I bring the cup to my mouth. Bergamot and something else underneath. The aftertaste lingers on my tongue. The flavor is perfect, the exact kind of tea I like, which is also odd. I didn't remember that little detail before drinking this. He's watching my face closely. Yandere, do you really not recognize me? His voice is barely a whisper. Once again, this familiar guilty feeling consumes me. Guilt and longing, but why? Do you despise me so much that you no longer want to remember me? It doesn't seem like he wants an answer. I also don't know if I can answer that. However, the expectant silence is worse than the words spoken. My tongue begins to burn from the tea. The silence between us grows thick. The only sound, the faint clink of porcelain as we both finish the tea. You're always hesitant to drink anything the first day. I'm glad. First day? What do you... My question is cut off when Cass stands abruptly. Let's take a walk. His gaze is gentle and inviting. A walk. He nods slightly. The garden is in bloom, after all. What? The scent of flowers suddenly overwhelms the room, thick enough to taste. I bet he's also thick enough to taste. You know what, Yandere? I will strangle you. Garden? I'm not sure what he means. There's no door in this room. We're surrounded by darkness outside. I watch him walk towards the hall. His footsteps don't make a sound. As he moves forward, the shadows peel back like curtains, revealing a bright and beautiful greenhouse. One moment we're in the bedroom and now we're not. The fragrance is the same as the sweetness from before. Stronger, even. It follows Cass as if it was still alive, thick as syrup. The flower colors range from midnight black to deep purple and bright red hues. It's enchanting, hypnotic. The black roses seem to drain the light away. The color is so deep that I find myself entranced. Cass plucks a flower, offering it to me. His fingers graze mine as he hands it to me. The stem drips black fluid. Oh, maybe I shouldn't touch that. Poison. Something I am familiar with. The entire atmosphere of this place is unsettling. The glass walls reflect nothing, just rows of beautiful flowers stretching the land. I'm not sure how to feel. Part of me recognizes this place. It's Beautiful. The beauty of this place is undeniable. Kaz laughs. It sounds genuine but also vulnerable. I feel my chest tighten. Is it? He steps closer to me. That's not what you told me back then. He reaches out and tucks a stray hair behind my ear. But I love all sides of you. His touch is gentle, like he's holding something fragile that might slip through his fingers. Unsure how to react, I pull back slightly. The flowers around us seem to darken in color. I brush my hands against the petals of the roses lining the ground. The petals are sticky. Nectar. Maybe. I dare not think of the alternatives. The air begins to feel a little chilly. It's dangerous here. Wait. Oh, God. No way. I mean, hey. Yay. But sometimes are the vines like just vines, or are they like his tentacles? To my surprise, I felt something wrapped around my body. Vines move before I can see them, their thorns biting deep into my skin. My voice won't come as the vines tighten around my throat, silencing me. I mean, am I supposed to be scaroused? Damn, I'm a pervert. I am entangled in them, paralyzed. That's exciting. You know what, that's not really my thing. What's going on? Kaz's expression twists with guilt. His hands are steady as they reach for mine. I feel him pull me close to him. His body is stone cold and unfeeling, but his embrace is anything but that. There's a desperation in the way that he holds me. Once again, I experience this mixture of fear and guilt upon contact with him. The vines dig into my skin. The greenhouse dims around us. Looks like the room can't accept you either, but I'm sure it's you, Yinny. His voice is deep with emotion, yearning. I feel his fingers run down my cheek. The one I was looking for hundreds of years. I feel his forehead against mine. The vines tighten possessively. Whoa there, yo. You know, I'm pretty sure we're supposed to be frightened. The silence between us is heavy with centuries of unsaid words. For some reason, this scene is familiar to me. This happened before. The same vines coiled around me once already. Does he remember too? It's okay. We can just start over. Again and again until it's right. A curse. His expression almost crumples before reverting back to normal. Is this my punishment for what I did to you back then? The question hangs between us. I just wish I could say something, but I am slowly losing consciousness. The last thing I see is his face, filled with sorrow. Everything fades into darkness. If it really is my punishment, then what about the things you did to me? To me. The vines tighten even more. It's painful. Why must I shoulder the burden alone? I can no longer feel anything. My body's shutting down. It's silent. And here I am, back again in this eternal darkness. I don't understand. Or maybe I do. Did I choose wrong? Again, am I really the one he's looking for? Bad and 5. The one or not? Man, not gonna lie, the thorn tentacles are kind of freaky. Alright, we're back here. This time we're gonna feel under the pillow. Slowly, I move my hand under the pillow that I've been resting on moments before. Weird. My wrists are also bruised. These are fresh. I don't have time to think too much because my fingers are met with something cold under the pillow. Judging by the texture, a bottle made of glass, maybe. It wouldn't hurt to hold on to this. I made sure the stranger was looking away before double checking what I obtained. A bottle containing black liquid-like sludge. The sludge inside the bottle writhes almost like it's alive. Venom, is that you? By instinct, I knew it was a bottle of Vipera noctis, like spilled obsidian, thick black ink. When ingested, the victim feels extreme paranoia and experiences an excruciatingly painful death as their organs liquefy. A silent agony. That sounds awful. But how do I know this so well? A soft whisper rises from the bottle. He's lying. My palm sweats as I carefully retrieve it, keeping my movements minimal and controlled. I tuck it into my pocket for safekeeping. It wouldn't hurt to have this on hand just in case. However, I can't afford to panic right now and do something stupid. As I wait for him to come back, I look around the room once more. Alright, we are over here. I skipped over the shadow window scene because we've already seen it, and we're back to the tea drinking scene. I will go get some sugar. I'm sorry I forgot such an important thing. I watch him disappear once again in some far corner of the room I can't see. The shadow seemed to swallow him whole. I'm not sure where he's getting these ingredients from, seeing as we're in a place with no entrance or exit. I just don't know what to think anymore. Now that he's far away, I face the teacups before me. Our cups sit untouched. Could this be my chance? The vial in my pocket seems to grow heavier. I see my reflection in the dark before me. If I pour in a drop or two of Vipera noctis, it'll be hard for the human eye to notice. For a moment, I feel like I hear my reflection whisper, "Do it. Pour the poison into my own cup and then I'll do his. Maybe this is all a nightmare, and this is my key to escaping this place. If not, I don't wish to continue living like this, remembering nothing, alone with a psychotic man. I don't have the luxury to care given my circumstances." I tip the vial's contents into my own cup. The poison flows thicker than liquid should, forming strange patterns on the surface before dissolving. He brought the sugar cubes and milk. I don't know if I usually take tea with sugar or milk, but I drop in 2 cubes. Thank you. It's been so long since I've seen you like this. Usually, you're always... I wait for him to continue, but he doesn't. I don't get an answer. Instead, he begins to drink his tea. Now that I get the chance to get a good look at him, he looks ethereal, beautiful in a way that no human can be. I bring the cup to my mouth. Bergamot and something else. The aftertaste lingers on my tongue. The flavor is perfect. The exact kind of tea I like, which is also odd. I didn't remember that little detail before drinking this. He's watching my face closely. Yinny, do you really not recognize me? His voice is barely a whisper. The shadows seem to deepen around the room. I don't feel any different. When will it take effect? Ah, there we go. Suddenly, the table was knocked over and I found myself on the floor. The room plunged into darkness and I found hands around my neck. Fingers cold like iron. What? There's blood coming out of his mouth. Why is he like this? I clearly poisoned my own cup. Yinny, have you been planning on doing this after you woke up? I heard a sad chuckle. I've been here with you for more than 100 years. Do you really think I wouldn't know you poisoned your own cup of tea? Or the other items you can find in this room? You placed them here, you know? His grip tightened and I feel my vision swimming. Did you switch out our cups? His silence confirms my question. Well, now I feel bad. I just don't understand. What went so wrong between us for you to do this? Did the thought of being near me disgust you so much that you'd rather go back to how it was before? I'll be honest, but now I kind of feel like a dick. His grip on my neck loosened. I need answers. What was before like? Alone in that emptiness. Not alive, but not dead. He doesn't wait for an answer. Do you really think this poison changes anything? His voice is soft, barely a whisper. It'll just repeat. With those final words, I can no longer feel his presence. It's silent and dark, like I'm underwater, weightless and drifting. And here I am, back again in this eternal darkness. There is nowhere else to go but here, right? Maybe I really did forget something important. Bad and full. All alone. Well, that was sad. This time, I'll just put the poison straight into his cup. I pulled out the object I retrieved from the pillow earlier. Very slowly, I tipped the vial's contents into Kaz's cup. The whole vial? The poison flows thicker than liquid should, forming strange patterns on the surface before dissolving. Maybe with him out of the picture, I can finally piece together what's going on. He brought the sugar cubes and milk. Okay, I skipped a little bit because we've already seen it. I watched him finish the tea and waited. The shadows seemed to deepen around the room. When will it take effect? Woof! Suddenly the table was knocked over and I found myself on the floor. The room plunged into darkness and I found hands around my neck, fingers cold like iron. You really haven't changed at all. Did you really think I wouldn't see through your little act? Your amnesia? Do you really think doing this changes anything? It'll just repeat. I have no words. His grip around my neck loosens. Maybe the poison is starting to take effect. Or maybe he let it go. Nothing to say. He sounds disappointed. But maybe all this time, I really was alone. I just don't understand. His voice cracked. What went wrong between us for this to happen? So soft like a whisper. Or maybe, did I imagine it all? It's silent and dark like I'm underwater, weightless and drifting. And here I am back again in this eternal darkness. There really is nowhere else to go but here. Maybe I really did forget something important. The thought slips away like sand through fingers. Bad and 3. Something important. I feel bad every single time, god damn it. Alright, we are back here, and this time instead of picking It's Beautiful, we're gonna pick This Isn't Real. Kaz laughs. I still really want to know why he's got the marks around his neck and why I have the marks around my neck. It sounds genuine and warm. I feel him step closer as he gestures to the flowers around us. Of course it's not real, but isn't it beautiful? I find it hard to disagree. It was breathtaking. The beauty of this place is undeniable, but everything looks too perfect. Like a dream or painting. I feel like a fish swimming towards a lure. Kaz's expression softens and he reaches out and tucks a stray hair behind my ear. I love this side of you. You never changed. His touch is gentle, like he's holding something fragile that might slip through his fingers. Unsure how to react, I pull back slightly. The flowers around us seem to darken in color. I brush my hands against the petals of the roses lining the ground. The petals are sticky. Nectar. Maybe. I dare not think of the alternatives. The air begins to feel a little chilly. It's dangerous here. To my surprise, I feel something wrapped around my body. Vines move before I can see them, their thorns biting deep into my skin. The silence between us is heavy, with centuries of unsaid words. What is going on? Kaz's expression twists with guilt, but his hands are steady as they reach for mine. I feel him pull me close to him. His body is stone cold, unfeeling. But his embrace is anything but that. There's a desperation in the way that he holds me. Once again, I experience this mixture of fear and guilt upon contact with him. The vines dig into my skin. The greenhouse dims around us. Looks like the room can't accept you either, but I'm sure it's you, Yinny. His voice is deep with emotion and yearning. I feel his fingers run down my cheek. The one I was looking for hundreds of years. I feel his forehead against mine and the vines tighten possessively. The silence between us is heavy with centuries of unsaid words. For some reason, the scene is familiar to me. This happened before. The same vines coiled around me once already. The exact view of this garden with him embracing me. How many times has this happened? Once. 10 times. Does he remember too? I feel his hands tremble as if answering my question. I feel his fingers dig into my shoulders hard. If I could scream, I would do it. He pulls me even closer to him. Aww. Is this my punishment for what I did to you back then? I feel the vines slowly unravel as his grip on me loosens. They slither to the ground, writhing next to the dead flower petals. Once again, I feel myself pulled into a tight embrace. His arms are colder now, the scent of roses enveloping me. I just can't let you go, can I? His voice feels raw and fractured. What's wrong with me? Please stay. I need you. His words are barely audible. Too many questions are swimming in my head. Why does this touch feel familiar? What exactly did we do to each other? I don't understand. His grip on me loosens. A flicker of something crosses his expression. I can't tell exactly what it is. Regret, maybe. But then his smile returns. It's a soft one, almost sad. Let's go back. And then a light snapping sound. The world bends. I feel the room shift around us. The scent of the garden fades ever so slightly, replaced by the familiar sweet smell of the bedroom. The vines on the gardens vanish in an instant. The room is exactly as we have left it. The same suffocating purple walls with no door and one window. Something feels a little different. Its atmosphere feels lighter somehow, shadows a bit less long. I feel Kaz's gaze on me. Then he slowly turns away, leaving me standing there. His cloak brushes my arm as he passes. Good night. He remembers every cycle, doesn't he? Waiting centuries. I still can't remember. It's like the harder I grasp for memories, the faster they slip away from me. It's frustrating. It feels like my entire life is in limbo here at this place. Can I trust him or not? Should I trust him? Okay, I'll be nice this time, I'll trust him. I don't have my memories, but thinking back, did he ever truly harm me during my brief time here? Even when I considered hurting him? Maybe he does have my best interest in mind, who knows? It feels like I'm lying to myself. The bruises on my wrist throb in response to my thoughts. Oh, wait, no! Kaz seems to have disappeared into the shadows once again. I don't really think I can ever get used to this. The room feels alive, evil. I smell the scent of roses clinging to my clothes. Under different conditions, I might even grow to like this scent. Unsure what to do, I run my fingers along the ornate dresser next to the bed. The wood is smooth like new. Search the drawers. The nightstand drawers are empty save for a single crushed rose as if held too tightly. The dried flower petals crumble at my touch. Reaching deeper into the drawer, my hand brushes against something solid. I pull the object out. It's a small, delicate music box. The wood is darkened with age, metal clasp tarnished black. The surface is carved with intricate patterns of roses seemingly worn from time, like fingers that have traced them endlessly. I also follow suit, tracing the patterns. Gingerly, I open the box. A crisp melody begins to play. The song is familiar. A lullaby, but I can't remember the name. Am I gonna die? Tucked into the corner of the box, I found a small slip of paper. It crackles as I unfold it, brittle with age and yet untorn. Oh, that's cute though. An old photograph. It's us. Kaz and I smiling, holding this exact same music box. The carvings match perfectly. He looks different here, a lot softer, younger and more human. I look different too. At least I think I do. The woman in the photo is radiant, but the current me, I don't think I can make that sort of expression at all. But I don't remember this. I stare at the photo, the tight feeling in my chest increases. Should I trust this? The photo feels real, but so do the bed and the walls around me, yet nothing makes sense here. What if this is all some fabricated lie? I kind of feel like it is. I mean, I don't even know if this is reality. No, I decided I would trust him. I should stick to my decision. The music box's melody warps as if responding to my thoughts. The notes twist into something darker. My entire body feels heavy. I didn't realize how exhausted I was. The bed looks painfully inviting right now. Putting the music box back in the drawer, I crawl under the blankets. The sheets are ice cold and the pillows are too soft, unnaturally so. I close my eyes, the image of the photograph burnt into memory. I can still see it. Our smiling faces. A whole life I can't remember. Huh. For some reason, the music box's melody lingers in the air, lulling me to sleep. It continues to play despite being closed, the sound echoing across the room. It's a dreamless sleep. I wake up gasping, my body seizing with pain. The air is thick with roses gone rotten, it's putrid. My lungs burn with every breath I take. Something is very wrong. The room is pitch black and I can barely see a thing. The scent of blood and roses overwhelm my senses. My hands fly to my chest. My fingertips sink into flesh, wounds, deep, jagged, impossible to be inflicted by a human. What the hell happened? Did Kaz do that? A hot wetness soaks through my clothes. I can still hear the music from the music box echoing softly in the room. It sounds distorted. I can't tell where it's coming from. The walls, the floor. Bruises are blooming everywhere under my skin and I lift my fingers to my face. My eyes seem to have adjusted to the dark. I look at my arm. I'm decaying. My fingers are melting, dissipating, or am I hallucinating? My body feels like it's unraveling. Fear seizes me as I feel my bones become undone, flesh rotting away. The pain is unimaginable. Cass. Where is he? I don't see him anywhere in this darkness. Kaz! I try to scream, but my throat collapses into dust. Yinny, even after everything I do, is there really no end to the cycle? Bad End 6. Eternal bloom. Every rose wilts one day, but you'll bloom again. Jesus! Okay, one more ending left. And I think this time, we pretend to trust him this time. I don't have my memories, but it's better to err on the safer side. After all, my body remembers what my mind doesn't. The bruises on my wrist throb in response to my thoughts. I can't let my guard down around him, not when I still have no idea where we are. Kaz seems to have disappeared into the shadows once again. I don't think I can ever get used to this. Search the drawers. Okay, so we search our drawers and get the photo again, but this time we say, plus, I don't trust him. The music box's melody warps as if responding to my thoughts. The notes twist into something darker. My entire body feels heavy and I didn't realize how exhausted I was. The bed looks painfully inviting right now. Putting the music box back in the drawer, I crawl under the blankets. The sheets are ice cold and the pillows are soft, unnaturally so. I close my eyes, the image of the photograph burnt into memory. I can still see it. Our smiling faces. A whole life I can't remember, huh? For some reason, the music box's melody lingers in the air, lulling me to sleep. It continues to play despite being closed, the sound echoing across the room. It's a dreamless sleep. I feel fingers run through my hair, gentle and caring. Familiar. Kaz, but something tells me not to move. Good night, Yinny. I wonder if this is what it feels like to be loved. So that's a normal ending that continues on after the demo. Day 2 is being developed. Stay tuned, I'm excited. This was interesting. I feel like Kaz is one of those slow burn yanderes, so we probably won't see more of his dangerous tendencies until much later. This was very pretty and I'm excited to find out more about what is going on and where we are. I think it's really interesting that the day 1 doesn't really have too many awful things happening, but it does set up a lot of questions and like curiosity for what we want to see in the future. Especially in regards to the lore for this universe, because why are we in this room? What is going on with the flowers? Why is there poison? Why are we wounded? Lots of like whys, and whys, but not in the sense that the story failed to address them. It's more so the sense that I'm curious about what's going to happen in day 2 because the demo sets up these questions and like this curiosity so well. So I'm excited to see what happens. I really want to believe that Kaz is good, but I don't know. I'm worried. Like, I wonder if he's just as much of a victim as we are, or he's the victim and we're actually the bad person, or we're the victim and he's the bad person. There's so many questions that we can't answer yet, but it's intriguing to try and brainstorm about them and try and figure out as to why I feel this way. But I'm very, very excited to see this again. Also, there are so many CGs in this demo. The dev worked so hard on this, and the art style is gorgeous. It's a very hauntingly beautiful, almost like gothic feel to it. So yeah, I'm keen to see where the dev takes it in day 2. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. If you guys like this video, please leave a thumbs up and subscribe so you don't miss out on the next part. And also if you want exclusive content from me, such as exclusive playthroughs, and also uncut reactions to spicy scenes, and also spicy art that I do, feel free to check out my Patreon, link is in the description box below. But that's all for now. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, take care.